let's factor the greatest common factor out of this three-term polynomial. This is a trinomial. It's got three terms, 12x to the fifth, 18x squared, and minus 42x to the seventh. So it's more terms than in the last example, but it's the same process. So with the first step, we find the GCF of the terms, or the monomials that we're combining here. So let's just go ahead and factor the coefficients. So 12 is 4 times 3, 4 is 2 times 2. And we can factor 18, that's 2 times 9, 9 is 3 times 3. And 42, it factors as 6 times 7, and 6 is 2 times 3. All right, so let's make a table and list all the factors here. So 12x to the fifth, 18x squared, and 42x to the seventh. So 12, that was 2 times 2 times 3. I'm going to skip a column because I know I got 2 3s coming here, and another column because I know I got a 7 coming up. But then we got x to the fifth, so 5 x's. (18x squared), so that's 2 times 3 times 3, and then x squared, so x, and 42x to the seventh, we've got 2, 3 times 7, and then 7 x's. All right, so now we're looking for common factors. So we got 2's in common. This column isn't filled up, so that's not a common factor, but these 3's fill up that column, so that's a common factor. We got blank spaces here, no common factors. Then x's, those are common factors. But then the rest of the columns here, there's blank spaces here, so these aren't common factors. So the greatest common factor, we've got 2 times 3 times x, so that's 6x squared. All right, so the next step, we're gonna divide each term by the GCF. So we go term by term here. 12x to the fifth divided by the greatest common factor, 6x squared. So we can cancel out, 6 factored out of 12 gives us a 2, and x to the fifth divided by x squared, that leaves 3 x's, so that fifth becomes a 3. So we have 2x cubed. Then we got the second factor, 18x squared over 6x squared. So the x squareds cancel, and 18 divided by 6 is 3. And the last one, we got 42x to the seventh over 6x squared. 42 divided by 6 is 7. X squared over x to the seventh over x squared, that leaves 5 x's. And then the last step, we put it all together. So our original polynomial was 12x to the fifth plus 18x squared minus 42x to the seventh. So we're going to write it this way. The GCF is 6x squared. We're going to put that out front. And then in parentheses, we're going to put these terms here. So we got 2x to the third plus 3, and then 7x to the fifth But we're going to be very careful with this because there's a minus sign up here. So actually, maybe we should even have put this minus sign in there. So we remember. But it's going to be minus 7x to the 5th. And if we distribute this, we're going to get the original polynomial back. So just as a reminder where all these pieces came from, that's 6x squared was our GCF. 2x cubed was the first quotient. 3 was the second quotient, and negative 7x to the 5th, that was the third quotient.